everything since all this began has been one big psychological operation, and they wanted you to know about Event 201. And the reason why they call it an event, and the reason why I have always called it the deadly wound event, because you got Event 201, and we know that 201 comes to December 18th. But when you, what they call they call them false flag events. So I had always called his thing a deadly wound event, and they called their thing an event. It's kind of like that word towers. Cell towers, Trump towers, Twin Towers, Tower of Babylon. False flag event, Event 201 comes to December 18th. False flag event, December 18. So that's what all that's about. And I did the thing about gematria that I got tripped up on today. But if you key in December 18, and you see those numbers, 313, 768, that one's in Jewish, one's in English, one's in simple. And you can't really even get anything in simple. Well, let's just show you what I'm talking about. I forgot that what you can do is click the 313 and it'll give you everything, but you have to be careful to stay in Jewish gematria. You can't go down, and that one doesn't let you scroll down to simple. But if you click one of these in English, well, I'll show you. Anyway, you get cross. Jesus died on the cross. Well, the Antichrist cross day. Since he's Jesus, he's the fake Jesus. That's kind of weird. We know the number 313 is March 13th, and that's when Trump declared a state of emergency, which is exactly, we've discussed, is exactly what will kick off when he goes down. But there's that cellar door again. There's unhinged. They got a car named Pathfinder. Everything they do, I can't help but think has been pointing to this big day. And that's why I've always stayed focused on this big day. If I did it right, because let's go back and key in December 18. And you come down to the English gematria and click the 768. Well, you can't look up 768 in Jewish gematria. You have to go down and look at the 768 in the English and simple gematria. But you can do that all day. And it looks like I did it right when I got Donald Trump 711 or 11:7, the store, and Revelation 7:11, rising from the bottomless pit. By the way, December 18, 313 comes to, of course, December 18, cross, cellar door, which we discussed earlier from Donnie Darko, confetti, which is New Year's Eve, which is after a Super Bowl, after the national championship, Blue Lodge. Then the 768 from the English gematria, Donald Drumpf, which is his name, 711 or 11:7. You can go to Revelation 11:7 for that, because it's actually 711 is actually 11:7, the store. We've shown you before how the logo, it's actually the 11, because you read from left to right, and the 11 begins in before the 7 does. If you're reading from left to right, you also read from top to bottom, and the 11 letters are in green and they go all the way through. The 7 is broken. That shows you the 11 is on top. So the 7-Eleven store has always been about the 7th verse of the 11th chapter. It's always been about chapter 11, verse 7, where the beast rises from the pit. You get Whirlpool, Adolf Hitler, Independence Day. April 1st is April Fool's Day. And that's the connection is you've been fooled, you've been tricked by the false flag event. April False Day. Mother's Day, The Divine Feminine, Ash Wednesday, Foo Fighters, Deep State, Black Magic Woman, and Richard Jewell. And then I went and messed up December 18th because I got caught up looking at the Jewish Gematria 156 instead of the 421, though, did come through December 18th. Of course, Californication, Xmas was on the 936, if I did it right. And then all these down here are false because I actually got them from the Jewish Gematria. And you got to get the 156 from the simple Gematria because that's what it came in. In other words, if you key in December 18th, you see the 156, but it's in simple Gematria, so you have to then hit the 156 that's in the simple Gematria. And when it takes you to Jewish, you have to ignore them because that's 156 in Jewish Gematria. So it's only these that will apply. And the word lie was in there. Oh, so stupid again. That's in the Jewish Gematria. You have to go all the way down and see what's down in here. And it's not much. See how little the letters are? There's nothing there. So anyway, that's about all of that. Your comments, and I always appreciate your comments. Have there been any lately? Anything we haven't seen, anything we haven't addressed from y'all? Y'all know who y'all are. Live and Let Die. Boom. Boom. Comments. Yeah, Jamie had said something. You know, I always pay attention to New Orleans French Connection. Filet of Soul, she said, from the memorable New Orleans set opening of Live and Let Die. Yep. Here is a then and now moment from 1963 James Bond film starring Roger Moore. The fictional location, Filet of Soul, was on Chartres. I'm sure that's a French Creole pronunciation that I butchered. Street in a French Quarter. And she said Janet Jackson, 1814, Battle of New Orleans was 1814. Well, that's very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. The Battle of New Orleans, Wikipedia. It says was fought on January 8th, 1815. Let's see. It says 1815 here. Doesn't mean it's correct. It's part of the War of 1812. Here it is. Here it says 1814. Let's read. Britain started the New Orleans campaign on December 14th, 1814, at the Battle of Lake Borgne and numerous skirmishes. And so, yeah. The battle took place 18 days later after signing the Treaty of Ghent, or I don't know what that word would be, Ghent, which formally ended the War of 1812 on December 24th, 1814, though it would be ratified by the United States, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, interesting. Thank you for that, Jamie. And any comments over here? Justin had said, I just talked to Justin Day on the phone. It's shocking a stupid actor is so high ranking in this show. LOL. What show is he talking about? Crazy how I low key hope it's in December. Let's get this stuff over with. Absolutely. Al Taria Williams said October 21st, 2021 is Back to the Future Day. What day is Back to the Future Day? I always remember it was 2015 or it was October 15th, 2021 or October 21st, like 2015. The year was 2015. Here is one October 24th, 2019. Back to the Future Day was in 2019. What is Back to the Future Day? See, it's October 21st, 2015. That's what I thought. And so October 21st, 2015 is Back to the Future Day. But maybe this year it's October 1st, 20, like, is there like a one that comes up every year? Why we celebrate it is celebrated on October 21st. Okay, that's what she's saying. You celebrate it every year, and this year it's October 21st, 2021. So you get the double 21s. And that might be what Alteria is saying. So I'd already given her the heart and the thumbs up there. I appreciate it. Always enjoy long vids. The Chief said, thank goodness. Thanks, Chief, and great upload by Doc Zenith. So it's always good to hear from y'all, but that's why we call it the Antichrist Deadly Wound event, because it's going to be a false flag event, and they called it Event 201, and the 201 in Gematria comes to December 18th, as we showed you the other day. It's called Event 201, and you key in. Why did they call it 201? Was there any reason in the world to call it 201? And you come down, I believe it was all the way down on the first page, and it comes to December 18th. So it's event on December 18th. That's what kicked off. And remember, Event 201 was a simulation of what eventually happened with the illness. So it's all been a psychological operation. And you key in December 18th. And we went through all of that stuff. And it was pretty interesting. You get Baron Trump. Cellar Door was in one of them. I think it was in 18, not 18th. But yeah, so Event 201 comes to the 18th. And we also, of course, can key in 18. And that's what gives you the Cellar Door, which was the very prominent wording or group of words. She called it one word, Cellar Door, as the most beautiful word. And that's where you get Donald Trump. But she said it's the most beautiful word in all of English language or literary or whatever. And Cellar Door, did I miss it? I feel like it was in the first one. Maybe it was in the second round. Crop circle comes up, which it would just be hilarious if crop circles and all that stuff is all just tied to this deadly wound moment, which is, there's the Blue Lodge popping up there. And I don't know, why don't I just key in Cellar Door? See these numbers, 313. Well, that's what it's under. It's under 313. It's in Jewish Gematria, 313. Cellar Door. And there it is, Jewish Gematria 313. So it might have been on the next one if we would have clipped it, if we would have clicked it. And you see the same things come up. By the way, all of these things fit the 18th. They're just in different orders. So, but anyway, that's it. I will try to do and find more words that fit these December 18 and December 18th. And just to kind of be poking around at it. But they have got different things that are pointing to each full moon. I told you the Bill Maher thing, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania on the 24th. The Antichrist would be born before the 24th, days before the 24th, which that full moon is on October 20th. The Seahawks playing the Steelers from The Dark Knight Rises is on Sunday the 17th. So there's a lot of stuff that could point to October and or around that full moon. Now there's things popping up pointing to the November full moon, whenever Joe Biden said 6 weeks, 6 days, 6 minutes, which we saw yesterday pointed to, what was it, November 18th, was it, or November 19th? I think it was the 18th. And then, of course, what we're looking at, the last autumn full moon. I mean, if he doesn't go down December 18th, I could see it all going back again to the next fall because of the autumn moon light my way of the song Ramble On, which was all about, or was tied to, Lord of the Rings, which is Fellowship, then the Two Towers or the Twin Trumps, and then the Return of the King. I mean, the autumn moonlight his way toward the Abomination of Desolation, theoretically, since that's also tied to Lord of the Rings. But anyway, there's just so many things, y'all, right? There's just so many things. That end of James Bond, YouTube, On Her Majesty's Secret Service, and that movie was released on December 18th, and that's when Bond's wife died, and it was released on December 18th. The whole Janet Jackson 1814, of course, the full moon, that's your abomination of, that's your crowning, all the way to the abomination of desolation. It would take you from the Sagittarian sun to the full moon in Gemini, to the Gemini sun and the full moon in Sagittarius. That would take you from December 18th to June 14th, where you get the super moon on June 14th, on Trump's birthday. And their whole world is based off these moons. And the Antichrist, the rider on the white horse, had a bow, and a crown was given to him. Well, the crown, the giving crown, is his death, because we told you that Jesus's crowning was his death, or his death was his crowning. So when the Antichrist is given a crown, it's because he doesn't really die. You see Jesus's death, he was made lower than the angels because he came as a man suffering of death, crowned with glory. So Jesus's crowning was his death. Okay. That he, by the grace of God, should taste death for every man. So you get death crowned, and the Antichrist has a crown given to him because he doesn't really die. It's fake. So it's just, here's your crown. You didn't earn it. You're not being crowned. We're just giving you a crown. It's kind of like inheritance where you didn't earn the money. It's just given to you. So, and of course, as I was explaining to Justin today, all of this stuff that goes on is for God's glory and subsequently our glory, because we know through much, we through much tribulation enter the kingdom. And the great tribulation is what is going to purify the church and purge the church, as Daniel said, use that word purge. That's why they have in their world the purge. Everything's for us. And you're like, well, this stuff's horrible. Everything that's going on in the world is just horrible, and it's horrible, and these people are horrible, and what's coming is horrible. Well, yeah. And guess what? It's for you. And I'm in hope of me too, because this is for us. The Great Tribulation is for the church. It purifies the church. It cleanses the church. And when we go through that Daniel study, in Daniel 11, it really explains it. Daniel 11, the purging of the church. That's horrible. It won't even be remotely close. And some of them of understanding, which means the sheep that have wisdom, shall fall, during the Great Tribulation, to try them and to purge and to make them white. It's to make your garments white. You have to go through this, even to the time of the end, because it is yet for a time appointed. All of this is for us, as horrible as it is. But it's not really horrible. We're the special people that it's for. And at the end of the day, it's to give God glory, because what we go through is simply to give God glory. So his crowning is his death. And this is called the coronavirus, which has been the ritual psyop to get the earth ready for it in a kind of a through a satanic way. But what's it been doing for us? It's been bringing us closer together and helping us see through their Luciferian Satanism. And it's helped bring us out of the world. So as it's for them, it's for us. Remember the upside down world, which I think is what as above, so below means. I could be wrong. I'm not dogmatic about it. People have their own interpretations of what it means, and theirs could be correct. But I think it means the complete mirroring of what goes on with us. Jesus spoke in parables. They have a secret world. Mystery Babylon is the exact upside down world of the mystery of faith. Jesus spoke in parables. Jesus speaks to his sheep in a way that the rest of the world cannot understand. You can go to your friends, you can pound them upside the head with the bottom of your fist. You can knock on the side of their skull and go, hello, McFly, see what's, they won't understand you. Well, it's just like in their world, they have their secrets. They have their secrets. Jesus has his secrets with us, his hidden language, which is only understood by the Holy Spirit. The natural man receiveth not the spirit of the gifts, spirit of God. They are foolishness unto him, neither can he know them. I butchered that, but it is 1 Corinthians 2:14. And so they got their secret society world. Big deal. Let them have their fun. Let them, their fun ends up being for our glory. It's going to be painful when we die. I mean, it could be extremely torturous, but guess what? They can only kill you once. They can only kill you once. And here's another guess what? Everybody dies. Everybody dies, except the sheep that remain on the earth through the Great Tribulation. But from the beginning of time, people die. Every relative you've ever had from days gone by, unless they're alive right now with you, they've all died. So you're going to have to die. Big deal. pick up your cross, right? So that's what the Antichrist moment is all about. He had a bow. Well, that's what the archer is in Sagittarius. And the sun is in Sagittarius on December 18th. He had a bow and a crown was given to him. He had a bow. Sagittarius, the archer. When the sun is in Sagittarius, I mean, that looks like the rider on the white horse. You got a horse and a man with a bow. That's a bow right there. I mean, Sagittarius, the archer, as the rider on the white horse, as the rider is part of the horse. The rider on the white horse is the Antichrist, and he had a bow and a crown was given to him. Here's another depiction. Here's another depiction. So it's man and a horse mixture. And the rider, it's the rider on the white horse. Here they got a woman. Oh, that's Angelina, isn't it? Isn't that the Jolie? I said woman. I mean, how do you know? Do you really? We don't know. We don't know nothing. So anyway, all very interesting stuff. All right. Y'all are all I got. I just get bored. So just wanted to shout out with y'all. Explain why I call it the Deadly Wound event. It all stems from false flag event, a horrific staged event. That's what it'll be. Blamed on a political enemy. Ooh. Will it be China? Will it be blamed on China? Will it be blamed on Russia? Ooh. Will it be blamed on those evil Dems? Will it be blamed on a Christian that said he was the Antichrist and that he needed to receive a deadly wound? Who will it be blamed on? Wow. And it says, and used as pretext to start a war. And we just went over that yesterday with that lady from the Bill Maher show, yesterday's video. Or to enact draconian laws in the name of national security. Oh, well, what might that be? Well, since there's no grocery stores anymore, if you want food and water, the military is here to give it to you. But since the illness is now ramped back up, you don't get any food or water unless we can see that you are connected to the technology. And Trump said what? It will be dispersed by the military in a most powerful manner, which never happened yet. Anyway, love y'all. Just remember, all this is for us, man. Don't get creeped out.